Hey everybody, still trying to get set up here just a little bit. Of course, we'll give everybody time to hop on. That's about as centered as I think I'm going to be. There we go. Give everybody time to hop on. I am flying solo tonight. Leah had something come up. Hello Joyce, thanks for joining us. Please like and share the video. Now, as I am flying solo tonight, I will do my best to try to balance between talking and monitoring the chat room. So while I wait here, I'm gonna like and share the live. As you're hopping on, please say hello. I've got this my phone is the camera. I've got it close enough to me that I should be able to see the chat, but I'm gonna go on the safe route and also try to follow along on Facebook, which I don't know how well that'll work out. What's up, Wibbin? How's it going? There we go. Keyblade, what's up, Brad? Why must you refuse? I'm actually on here before you had to go to bed. We got another couple of seconds here. It is the first day of February. We're already a month into 2022. We got Valentine's Day in 2 weeks. So gentlemen, if you haven't already gotten something for that lady in your life, you better hurry up. You got 2 weeks. Doing good, man. Doing really good, Brad. Things at work are slowly improving. We've, I don't know what it looks like on days right now, but we're finally starting to get out of that peak funk, which is crazy considering it's February and we're still on up until like a couple of weeks ago, we were still in peak mode. All right, so today, as is typical, I don't normally give you what day today is. With it being February 1st, it's 5 different national holidays. Right, Nick, that's we've been seeing quite a bit of that actually. The last 2 days last week, actually. Feel that? Yeah, totally. So we're just gonna pick one of these random. I'm running my cursor across the top of it. Today is National Texas Day. I should have worn my cowboy hat, but I'll give you a backup. It's also National Freedom Day. So mark those on your calendars. And like I said, we got 2 weeks out till Valentine's Day. So if you haven't bought anything, do it. So this is this will be just kind of a quick live this month. Conspicuous by her absence is Leah. She's had something come up tonight and she had to go help out a friend. So I am flying solo, which this wasn't going to be a very deep topic or anything this month anyway, no teaching or anything like that. Just kind of wanted to discuss, so I'm kind of glad, like Nick, Brad, I'm glad you guys are here. I wanted to kind of get a discussion going this month. Back, I can't remember the exact date, I could look at the posting, but I'm trying to monitor the chat room here. We had posted a video from an investigation that we had done back in September of last year. Just to kind of give a little bit of a review, the homeowner, the house was an old house. The house was over 100 years old. It was actually, I can't really tell where it was at, but let's just say it's closer to like the historical district of Chattanooga. That's as much as I'll share. The client was going to be selling the house eventually, but was in the process of doing a lot of cleanup and a lot of stuff. And during the cleanup and straightening up of the home, I don't want to say renovating because they weren't building anything. They started to have a lot of activity. So they reached out. They actually reached out to us through a second party for us to get to go up there. They said they had some issues going on, and this person's like, hey, I know some people. So we ended up going up there and meeting them, and super nice people. Got to learn a lot about the history of the house. Sorry if I play with my hair, I'm primping. But we went through and we investigated the home, and we did get some evidence, and we posted the evidence on our YouTube channel. Specifically, the first thing I found, and the title of the video, if you're not on our Facebook page, if you want to go in reference on YouTube, it's the one about the residential investigation on September 14th. The title is Hiss and Growl in the Secret Room. So, previous owner of the home had been a practitioner of several different, I'm going to say religions, because it's in the video. You can see examples of Christianity, Buddhism, Hinduism. There's all sorts of symbolism in the room from different religions. And it was hidden behind a bookcase, which the homeowner knew about it, but it was just kind of really cool. It's one of those things, growing up, you're always like, man, I wish I had a secret room or something hidden behind a bookcase. Hey, look, Luke, thanks for joining us. But here's this secret room behind this door, behind this bookcase, and it's like, wow, this is kind of cool. So we go back in there, and it's not a very large room, but when you go in there, it looks like there's an altar and everything, and you could see all this in the video. And I want to apologize for the quality of the video from that night. Our typical camcorder was out of service, and when we got called in, we kind of weren't expected to get called in on this. It was last minute. Not really a good excuse, but the camcorder that we typically use was on the fritz at the time, and so I had no choice but to use my digital camera that I take photos with. Hey Ryan, as a video camera. So the quality of the video is not what I like it to be. It's not the typical high definition that we're used to. So I do apologize for that. But in the video, I reviewed it, and at 1 minute and 53 seconds into the clip, you can hear, a hissing growl noise. And if you turn it, you don't even really need headphones to hear it. You just need to be paying attention. The reason for me bringing this back up, because we shared this evidence a long time ago, right after the investigation. Shortly after the investigation, we actually had an entire live where we just recapped everything that occurred. But Leah and I were sitting here. Looks like Leah is here. Leah's watching. So we were sitting here watching channels on YouTube. One of the things that Leah and I like to do in our spare time, I don't know if it's entertainment or sadism, but we watch these like top 10, scariest videos, of all time kind of things. And just kind of get, I don't want to say we get a feel for it, but, it's kind of teaching us to look for things in evidence review. We kind of view it as, we're learning how to tell whether stuff is bunk or not, which I feel like, we're really good at it anyway, but there's nothing wrong with enhancing your trade. So we're watching these videos, and we got done, and I just happened to flip over to our channel and started just willy-nilly kind of going through our videos on the big screen. And I brought this video up, and we're both watching it. And right before Leah, well, no, let me back up. Right before I turned the camera towards Leah at the minute 53 mark, because you'll know if you watch the video, right before the minute 53, I turn and I've got the camera at Leah, and as I pan right, once I get to the wall is when you hear the growl noise. We were watching, and all of a sudden we just happened to both look at each other at the same time with this look of, did you see that? And in the back door, through into what would have gone out into a corridor, you see a shape of a person standing to, if I'm facing the door, to the right of the door, and then they step out into the shot. And it's maybe as a little bit as tall as the door, stockier looking person, did not fit the description of anybody else in the home. And Leah and I were in the room alone. They weren't following us. The homeowners were not following us at that time. If you watch some of the other videos, they were with us. But during that particular video, it was just Leah and I alone in that room. It was our second time going in through it. And there is a dark figure that steps out in front of the door. And what makes it even more compelling is to the right, which would be to the left if you were on the outside, just to kind of picture this. There is, outside that door, is a bookcase. There's nowhere that the person or the figure that stepped out could have been standing, because it was a bookshelf. There was nowhere to, even if they were, as scrunched up as they possibly could have been, there's no way that person could have fit next to that door. And they stepped right out, and you see it for, just as however long as I've got the camera on Leah. And then I make a couple of passes, and I think there's one other time you can see it, but when I turn and we start talking about everything, I turn back to the door, and you can see there's nothing standing there. I mean, you can see from the door all the way back to the far wall on the other side of the room. We didn't catch that the first time. As a matter of fact, they kind of coincide, because as soon as the shot's taken, you see the shadow step out into the door, and then I turn to the right, you hear the growl. So was it the shadow figure stepping out into the door to make that noise? Or, was it stepping out and then it was hissing, growling at us because, we were in its room? And before we had even gone in there, Leah had said that she felt something really, really heavy out in the hallway. Leah, if you're still listening, chime in here if I get the facts wrong. But she said she had felt, something really, really heavy out in the hall. But when we got into the room, and then she even says it on the video, the room was not as heavy as we would have expected. Because me personally, when I saw all the symbolism and religious icons and whatnot, I figured, we're going to go in here, bells and whistles are going to go off. This place is just going to be full of, dark energy, just because of all the muddling, the mixing of all the belief systems. But the room had nothing in it, and it was outside the room, and we were able to catch that. If anybody is still with us, please chime in. If you haven't seen the video, hey Leah, now you're actually on there. If you haven't watched the video, it is only 2 minutes long. Hey Ryan, the video is only 2 minutes long. So if you want to hop off of here real quick, go over there and watch it. I mean, I even give you permission. You don't have to watch the whole video. Just fast forward it to about 1:45 and watch it from there, and pay attention to the back door. And then at 1:53, you'll see you'll hear the sound. Yeah, Nick, that's what we saw. And I didn't catch it the first time that I did the review. Yeah, like I said, Nick, the quality of the video was not what I would have wanted, and I really, really wish we had had our better camera on us that night. But I mean, you can tell just by the way things we've moved throughout the video, there's something standing there, because later in the shot, I shoot down the hallway and there's nothing there. And there was nobody with us at the time, because if they had been there, they would have stepped into the room with us, or they would have still been standing there. I don't have an explanation for it. Like I said, it was an interesting moment when Leah and I were watching, and we both looked at each other and almost at the same time said, "Who's that in the doorway?" Because we completely were not expecting that. So even though I said there's not a lesson behind this video, I would say for sure anybody that's out there investigating. Oh, Leah wants to jump in here. I'll see if I can get her on. Forgive the awkwardness here, guys. This is... Says it's adding her. Leah, I'm trying to get you on. But what I would definitely say is, if you're an investigator and you're looking at your evidence, don't be afraid to go through your evidence more than once, and don't be afraid to have someone else also look through your evidence. If you've got a team member that their specific job is to go through evidence, after they've gone through it, even though they may be great at it, have another set of eyes look at it, because you will be surprised. There's something else I'm going to share if I can ever get Leah on here. Another piece of evidence that we discovered while watching our videos again that we didn't realize was there. All right, so this would do see things that right. Leah, it says connection failed. Do you want to try again? Yeah, right. And I agree. And another thing, I mean, just on my own experience, I've had to go back and restart videos before, because you have to admit, it's not great sitting there watching a camera where there's nothing moving for a really, really long time. And I have dozed off watching evidence before and have to go back and, to where I remembered, or I'll start the whole video or audio all over again, because I don't want to miss anything. But after what we found here, I really recommend a second, third, whatever set of eyes. And if you've already got evidence out there that you found stuff in, or even if you haven't, it doesn't hurt after some time has passed to go back and look through it again. Because sometimes, we always recommend waiting. When we do our investigations, we don't go home and immediately go into review mode. We will give it a couple of days before we get started, and that's just to decompress from the investigation itself. Leah, still can't get you to connect. Keep trying if you want. But we try to decompress after an investigation, because there's a lot of stress involved on everyone involved. So we'll wait a couple of days before we actually get into evidence review. And when you do get into evidence review, there's that whole, I remember whenever this was happening, so you're tunnel visioned on that one spot in the investigation, because you want to get in there and watch that part, because you're convinced that you had to have picked up something, or you may have heard something audibly, and you're like, I want to get to that part, the video, so I can see if I caught it on video. And hog-tied Beaufort County. Leah's out in the country, in case y'all didn't know. But anywho, you get so tunnel vision, and so you want to get to that part. You may miss something just because your mind is already treed on one part, Or in a particular part of a video, there you may be focused on a certain part of a room and you may miss something. And the other piece of evidence I want to share, which I really, really want to get Leon here with it, it wasn't a case of focus being in the wrong place. It was a case of mistaken identity, which is really, really kind of funny. Here we go. Trying Leah again. It's like third time's a charm. I am going to put a link to the video in chat. And some quick instructions. Excuse me, Ryan, that's true too. Sometimes he says sometimes it will only show itself to certain people at certain times. 100%. We've been in situations where, I mean, Leah, if she were here, she could tell you the story about an investigation in Kentucky where there was I think it was an EMF or a K2, you know, they both measure electromagnetic field, but there was a K2 meter sitting on the bed, and they had men and women investigating in the group. I wasn't able to go on this one. And the men all saw just the K2 meters sitting on the bed, but all the women present saw the light on the K2 raise up off the bed and move around. So absolutely, things will show to certain people and only at certain times. Really wish I'd been there for that one, but Leah sent me video evidence of that while she was there. And what was funny is, to me, the light didn't move. Even watching it on the video, the light didn't move. But she swore up and down the light was moving off of the bed. So, who knows? I'm going to give Leah another couple of minutes to try to get in here with us, and then I will move on to the next video. Yeah, Leah commenting there. We even videoed it, and only the women could still see it move, and the men still could not. So, I don't know. And if you haven't noticed, I just happened to think about this. We are several minutes into this video, and not a single cat has shown up. So that tells you that these cats don't like me at all, but they're all about Leah. Just saying. All right, guys, anybody got any other comments about that video? I mean, what is it? What would you... I'm passing through Mary, your first cousin. Oh, Leah. Funny stuff. But I mean, I know there's a couple of you that are watching that have, you know, some sensitivities. If you watch the video, do you get anything? Do you pick up anything? You pick up anything dark? I mean, what is your opinion? If y'all are still watching, please jump in here. And here shortly, we'll move on to the other piece of evidence, which again, I'm going to go ahead and pull it up on my computer here. Evidence we've released before, but didn't realize what we were watching. Oh, I gotta mute the computer. The cool thing about it is we got on video what I actually described this on the Yeah, I thank you for bringing that up, Leah. Whenever we saw this shadow in the doorway. She, after, we got over the initial shock of what is that or who is that, Leah was like, that fits the description. And then we went ahead and watched the rest of the videos from that investigation to see if we picked up anything else. And I think there was one of them where she actually starts going through the description of what she's seeing, and it's what was in the doorway. Yeah, Ryan. One thing that I didn't, Ryan says he saw some of it and it looked like they were all over the place is what they believed in. He's talking about the icons and pictures and whatnot that were in that secret room. I didn't. I may have got it on camera for a split second, but with the quality of the photography, you couldn't tell. The man that previously owned it was an ordained Unitarian minister. So, I mean, he had that and then all those other symbols in that room. So, a lot of stuff. And the one thing I forgot to mention, in the shot where you see the shadow figure step into the camera, and like I said, there to the right was a bookshelf. Ironically enough, the bookshelf that it steps out from was full of books on the occult, multiple books by on and by Aleister Crowley specifically. So take that for what you will, those of you that are familiar with Mr. Crowley and his, not the Aussie song, but actual Aleister Crowley, who was a practitioner of many arts. We'll just leave that for another time. I'm bringing up this video because I actually don't have the timestamp for when this piece of evidence happened right offhand, and I want to be able to share it. Many arts, multiple. he's practicing small arts and crafts. Thank you, Nick. That was great. Leah says, and when I say in the video that the room doesn't feel as bad as I thought it would, I was referring to the dark entity that I was encountering by the bookcase. And it was nice that we were able to capture that on video. Mini arts, Jimmy. Hey, Jack, how's it going? So is that mean that Arts is Minnie's middle name? Because I always thought it was Minnie Mouse. Or is Arts her maiden name? That would make more sense. All right, give me just a second, guys, while I try to cue this up here on my end. Maiden, yes. Oh, I'll just have to, I'll have to share it after the fact because I don't want to spend too much time sitting here searching. I should have done a better job, and that's on me, of getting the timestamp on this one. But I was going to spend more time talking about the other one, and then this one came to mind. So I do apologize. All right. Leah, do you want to try to come on one more time before I go into this next video? Give it a couple of seconds for the delay. Here we go. Come on. Fingers crossed. If you believe that Leah can get on this video, clap your hands. Come on. Oh, Leah, it's not going to bring you up. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead. So there's another video that we had watched. Thank you, Nick. Did I find it? Whoa. Hey, let me mute myself over here. I had to refresh Facebook on the laptop. Yeah, Lee, I agree. Because it comes up and it asks me if I can approve you. Try it one more time. Just try it one more time, and then we'll give it up. I'm going to go ahead and keep talking, though, while you do that. So the other video that we shared was called, the title of it was Old South Pittsburgh Hospital Part 5. So we went on this investigation in South Pittsburgh last year, and it was in February that we actually went. And hold on, Leah. What'd you miss, Ryan? Shouldn't be watching this at work. I can't condone that, but you are in a different building, so I'm not going to say anything. But this other video that we were looking at, it was Old South Pittsburgh Hospital Part 5. We went back to South Pittsburgh Hospital in February of last year. The only reason I remember it is because it was so stinking cold. We went on a day trip just to do an investigation, and we were given the run of the building. We were able to go anywhere that we wanted to. Tom team. We were able to go wherever we wanted in the building. And there is a section of the video where I'm walking through a hallway. And like I said, I apologize for not having the actual timestamp on hand. I will get it. And you can't see me in the shot, but I'm wearing hospital scrubs. And we're walking down a hallway, and we're stepping into different rooms, and I'm trying to do what people call a trigger or ARIQ, whatever your terminology there is. But basically, I was acting as a doctor doing his rounds and was trying to see if I could get any responses. And I would step into a room and say something on the lines of, hey, how are you doing today? Or, hey, I'm here to check in. I'm here to look at your chart. Are you going to get discharged today? That kind of stuff. And we walk into a room, and in the video, I pan around the room, and then I pan the camera into the bathroom. And then I hear a female voice in the video, which I think is Leah. And I can't tell what Leah's saying. And I'm trying to remember back to the investigation, but whenever Leah says something, I step back and walk out into the corridor, and we're both looking down the hall. And I say, and I can't remember what the interchange between the two of us is, but we had heard something in the hallway. And I remembered, like, we had heard a noise, and that's what had brought me out into the hall. Well, when I'm reviewing the evidence, I hear this voice, and I think, to me, Leah has said, hey, come out here or something. I couldn't tell what the verbiage was. But when we were rewatching this together, Leah's like, that's not me. She goes, it doesn't sound anything like me, and I would be louder than that. And we watched it a dozen times, just that section, over and over and over again. And sure enough, I finally realized that had Leah said anything, because you can, Leah and I stay, regardless of where, you can't see her in the video because Leah, A, likes to stay off camera, and B, whenever we're in a place like that, we try to keep the same distance apart. So, we're always close by each other. Their way nothing can happen. But whenever you hear Leah speak, she's very pronounced. I don't want to say she's very loud, but she's pronounced. She's clear. You can hear her in the camera, regardless of whether she's on camera or not. At the time, I had a really good microphone, which I have another one now. We do have new cameras ready to roll. So next one, we won't have the potato quality that we did on the previous video. But on this one, I had a really good microphone attached to it. So Leah, whenever she speaks, she's very pronounced. She's very clear. The video or the voice that I picked up is lower. And like Leah just said in the chat, the tone is different and it's a different octave. And the more I listened to it, the more I began to realize it's not even in the same room as me. It's coming from the bathroom, which is the room that I'm shooting into. And Leah, correct me if I'm wrong, it kind of has an echo tone to it, as though like there's an acoustics, like it would be in a bathroom, for better lack of the explanation. Hey, look, we're on the same wavelength. Leah says has an echo effect, like bouncing off in a bathroom. But we would not have picked that up had Leah not gone back and listened, because when I listened to it, I thought it was her. My brain assumed it was her because it's a female voice. It's not the same tone, but it was clearly, similar enough to me that I thought it was her, and it wasn't. So had I not let her listen to it, we would have missed out on a really big piece of evidence there. And that was recorded in broad daylight, which we were there 10 o'clock in the morning till I can't remember what time. So it was, if you watch the video, please don't pay any mind to the video or the timestamp in the bottom of the right-hand side. I neglected to set that. I am the tech guy, but I'm not the best tech guy. I do make mistakes. But we were there, 10 o'clock till about, 11, 12. I don't remember how long we stayed. But broad daylight, and we got an EVP like that. Hold on. Lee, I see you're commenting. I'm going to scroll down. Like I said, Leah says the voice you picked up was higher and my tone is lower. We were there from 10 to 2. Again, I'm just listening. I hear a female voice and you're a female in the room. So my brain made that connection that it was you, and it wasn't. So I'm sorry. Let me try something here. Leah, I sent you an invite. See if it'll let you take it. Anybody got any questions about the evidence that we've provided, the video? Any questions about anything paranormal related, biblical related? That's what we're here for. Paranormal help ministry with a biblical perspective. Excuse me. Because if we don't get Leah on here, and if we don't have any questions, we will wrap this up early. Leah, you sent a request to me after I sent a request to you. It won't let me take your request because it says there's already a guest in the video. And it just failed. Oh, Facebook. Ryan, don't you mean when I'm coming up your way? You do live north of me, brother. My question is, when are you coming back down? You were in Alabama here month, cool, right before it started getting really, really cold. We should have gotten together. Leah, I'll try to send that request again. Kind of give a little bit of information here. Ryan Peters, who's in the chat, he and I, we both work for Amazon, and we both went to it. We were both on an away team in Dallas, Coppell, Texas, which is in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. It is an away team is basically they're opening a new building. People go down and, you know, help train and help open that building. So Ryan and I were down in there in Texas. Ryan is from up towards Pennsylvania. I'm from Tennessee. But he and I hit it off pretty well, hung out because we were down there for a month, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 28 days was how long we were there. 28 days we were down there. And while we were there, he and I had the opportunity to kind of go on I don't want to call it a mini investigation, but there was some locations around the Coppell and Grapevine area, especially a park that was down there that had some alleged activity. So he and I picked up and went on investigation down there. No equipment, just down there with flashlights and phones. I had Leah on FaceTime with us, and we ran into something pretty dark out here in this park. And I don't mean just because of the fact there were no lights. There was some type of entity or something hanging out there that tried to come after us. But fortunately, we were able to get out of there. So that's where Ryan and I got to know each other. Is we have investigated before. So Ryan, you need to come to Tennessee so I can take you to all these haunted places around here in Chattanooga. Trust me, there's enough around here we could make a week of it. No, Ryan, it did not. It did not like us at all. Lee, if I wait too much longer, you're just going to be here. I don't know what's wrong with Facebook today. But I ain't going to make everybody just wait because, you know, Leah said she's an Easter egg, so she's still a little bit long. PTO, UPT vacation. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. But all in all, I mean, like I said, this was just going to be a discussion video, no lesson, no teaching on this one. But if there, like I said earlier, if there's a lesson to be learned, review your evidence. Don't be afraid to go through it more than once. And definitely I would recommend have more than one person look over it. I mean, if you don't have that luxury, that's fine. But a fresh set of eyes on anything, paranormal investigation, evidence, or, you know, even something like your job, you know, trying to figure out a project or something. Fresh set of eyes, second set of eyes is always good, always recommended, because you don't know what you're going to miss. Like I said, good Lord, I couldn't even tell you the number of years I've been doing this. But Leah and I have been doing our part, you know, for the past 12 years. We became a ministry within the last 5 years. We have never gotten a full body or, you know, a shadow person, however you want to classify this. I kind of feel like, you know, there's a full body apparition, but I feel like a shadow person, if it's full bodied, also classifies. So however you want to argue the semantics of that. We have dinner ready. There's leftover pizza. So however you want to classify that. We have never gotten anything like that, and we would have missed it had Leah and I not gone back over that. So I am all about, going forward, any evidence review we have, we will both do it. If she reviews it first, I'll review it second. We're not going to let stuff just go like that anymore, because we could have missed the holy grail, what they call of paranormal, and that's that full body. Also, people have different gifts as well to pick up on different things. Yes, Ryan. Still trying to figure out what my gift is. I think I'm good at the debunking portion of it, but that's not a here nor there. But I think Lee and I do. We pair well together. Even though I don't, I'm can't pick up on the spiritual side of it. There's a lot of things that I can do. So maybe I have gifts. I am a gift, is the way I look at it. Kidding. Kidding. Oh, being on camera and hosting, that's my gift? Oh, they like me. They really like me. All right, so coming up next month is, we got March. It'll still be cold when we come live, because the first day of spring is until March 21st. Man gives the veil of protection. Okay. But nothing going on currently right now. So we're trying, as always, to try to find new things to, Leah's almost home. Always trying to find new places. The Ides of March. Beware the Ides of March, March 15th. Always trying to look for new things, new places to go to try to take you guys. With the winter months, COVID, new jobs, schedules have been really tight here lately, and I do apologize for that. We haven't been able to take you guys out on anything, but I promise you, if anything comes up, that we're able to go out and check out, as long as it's not a private residence and someone doesn't want us doing lives from their home, which we don't, unless we have explicit permission. We will definitely get you guys on board on a live or two, even if it's a small thing that we go check out. We'll get you guys involved, because we've done a poor job the last few months of getting everybody, giving you guys a feel of live investigations. Your cup is running empty, and I understand that. So, did y'all see Logan? There was a Logan sighting. All right. So I've rambled on enough. I will see you guys next month. If anybody has any need for anything, you know how to reach us. You can either message us through Facebook, use the messenger phone number. You can call us, or you can text us. Email, paranormalhelp@outlook.com. We have just about every form of communication except for snail mail. So whatever your preference is, reach out to us with questions. If you have any issues or something you need taken care of, please don't hesitate. Like and share this video. I am going to leave this one up for a little bit. I said in the beginning I was going to leave the videos on Facebook up for 24 hours and then take them over to YouTube, but I feel like this last one I inadvertently left up, and I feel like we're getting more views if I leave them on Facebook. So what I think I'm going to do is, Brad, you can hand deliver me that letter, But what I'm going to do is, instead of waiting 24 hours to upload the video to YouTube, I'm going to leave it on Facebook until the next month. So the live that was from last month, I'm fixing to, as soon as I come off here, going to take it down and upload it to YouTube. This one I will leave up until March 1st, 1st of March, which I keep saying March 1st. Let me see. Anybody got a calendar? What day does March 1st fall on? Because if it's not March 1st, it'll be pretty close to that. Okay, I'm showing March 1st on a Tuesday. So, yeah, thank you, Nick. Leah just pulled up. So if y'all don't care that we've been hanging out here as long, I'll give her a chance to hop on for just a second and say hey. She may not even hop on camera. Brad, you have Ghostbuster stamps? Why haven't you showed me your Ghostbuster stamps? I'll give you my address. I'll just give you my home address and you can mail me that letter because I want to see Ghostbuster stamps. That wasn't her. I have to go let her in the front door. Hold on. I made it! She's here. So do you want to come on camera?
I probably look rough. I've been crying, so.
No, you don't look rough. Well, do you have anything you want to say? I was actually in the midst of wrapping up.
Well, I didn't get everything, but because I was in Butt Crack Creek County. But I think you covered all the highlights. Those were the 2 ones that we found so far. It kind of makes me want to go through all our videos now.
Well, that's what I've been talking about is review it. If you've already gone through evidence, review it again because you never know what you're going to find. We would have missed a big piece of something there.
Yeah. So, because I don't watch our. Never mind. I shouldn't say that out loud. I get annoyed by watching myself.
That's one of the things that I guess I'm sitting here getting tongue-tied over it because it's funny. Like I said, remember earlier in the video I said that whenever I'm filming, it doesn't matter whether you see Leah on camera or not. We're always about the same distance apart because Leah avoids being on camera. Leah avoids being on camera to the point where she can't stand watching herself on camera. So that's why she doesn't like watching she'll listen to audio. She's a great audio reviewer, but videos she doesn't want to do.
I look terrible. Sorry.
But videos you don't ever want to do because you don't want to watch yourself.
No, I mean, does anybody watch themselves and it's just annoying? Like you don't hear to hear the sound of your own voice and stuff.
I love the sound of my own voice.
Oh, I know. But yeah, it's oh goodness.
Nick says paranormal investigation reviews are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
That's true, and sometimes it can be so tedious and boring.
Well, I don't know if you had heard this part earlier, but I'd mentioned that I've been guilty of falling asleep while doing reviews.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Because, yeah, I mean, if you're staring at a camera that's sitting in a room, like a still shot, and you're just staring at the room, it's not fun. Not fun at all. Brad can watch a video. Oh, so Brad likes how he looks.
Oh, well, good for Brad.
Okay, so Brad, here's what we're going to do.
Come here, babe.
Let's start doing these videos. We're going to get you in on this. I want you to be on camera, but we're going to dub my voice in. What do you think? You can be the face. I can be the voice.
Yeah. You see that little baby? He's going to be 17 this week.
Nick hates hearing his own voice on recordings.
I hate it.
Brad's down. He'll be so going forward. Brad will be in my spot, but I'll be talking for him.
Oh, maybe we can do that overview where.
Oh, it's just Brad and it's my lips. Brad, can you speak any foreign languages? You can just be like, yo bueno queso or something, and I just speak over.
Queso. Wow.
Yo bueno queso. I think I just said I'm good queso. I'm good cheese. I don't know.
No comment. No comment.
Just try not to be offensive.
I know. Well, thanks for hanging in there for me.
Right.
I had really nothing else to add.
You made it.
Yeah.
There you go. So Brad's got really long hair. So we just do this much of my face over Brad.
Nobody wants this.
She's not a fan.
No, it's a Cheeto net.
It's very clean. There's no Cheetos in it. I don't even eat Cheetos.
It is whatever. I'm not even.
Well, I mean, should I shave it by next month? Should I trim it back down by March 1st? Or should I let it keep going?
No, I mean, you're going for that whole, Civil War Santa. So let's just. that evidently has skunk stripes.
Yeah, that's the only thing I don't like about it. I mean, it's just like there is no
It looks like you have
rhyme or reason to
you
any
have
of it.
chunky lowlights.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really care about the gray. I mean, I've got the gray up here too, and I've thought about. I colored my beard one time for fun, and I think I actually watched myself on a live after I'd done it, and it's just so drastically different. It's just like dark brown. Nope, all the Amazon mails are. What are all the Amazon mails doing? I'm sorry, Ryan. There's a little bit of a delay, so I missed that. Costume idea.
What are y'all doing?
It's an Amazon thing.
Well, I've heard stories about you Amazon things. So.
Brad's costume idea was the Civil War Santa. I missed that part.
Oh. Well, here it is.
So, I mean, how would we do that costume? Would it be like Santa in a uniform, or would it be like Santa with like a gray or a blue uniform? I mean,
why is this even being planned on this live? Y'all take that in your private time.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nobody wants to hear that.
Oh, Ryan talks about growing facial. All the Amazon males are growing beards.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I can tell you right now, once we get into the warmer months, this is gone. I can't do this during the summertime.
I'm so sorry. I've had a rough day.
Well, we got to put Leah to bed. So, excuse me. I'm sorry. Well,
nasty.
I'm sorry. But we're done. We'll hop off. We'll see you guys next month.
Thanks for waiting on me.
Thanks for waiting on Leah. Brad.
Yeah.
We've got planning to do, Brad.
Yeah.
We got a few months.
Y'all do it over tickle and pillow fights and.
No, he and I are going to go to, what's that place, Brad? Nabe's?
And gummy bears.
He's been promising me that we would go to this place that has like the best ramen and sushi in town.
Oh, yeah, have it.
All right, guys. So
pass.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Thanks for waiting on Leah to get home.
Thank you.
We'll see y'all next month. Have a good month.
Bye-bye.
Bye.